Alternating a lighter and darker color in a design is a great way to create an interesting color change. This type of color design adds depth and dimension and is especially complementary for layered textures. Using a medium weaving technique helps make the alternation pattern more obvious, enhancing the activated texture of the form. Highlights and lowlights are alternated throughout this medium field using a medium weaving technique. A violet-based toner is then applied over the entire head. The finish shows a multi-dimensional color effect that enhances the texture of the form. This alternation of a lighter and darker color is created on a uniformly layered form. The art shows the head sectioned diagonally from ear to ear over the crown. The front is further sectioned with a center rectangle through the top, and the back is sectioned with a vertical line at the center back. Medium weaves will be used along shallow diagonal back partings at the back. Diagonal back partings at the sides are slightly adapted toward the top to accommodate the shape of the section, and horizontal partings will be used in the top section. Section the head into 5 sections as shown. Begin on the right side of the nape. Release a shallow diagonal back parting in the right nape section. Then create a medium weave using the end of the tail comb. Position the foil at the scalp under the woven strands. Apply the lightener to the hair from the edge of the foil to the ends. Use the double fold technique, folding the foil approximately 1/3, then folding up to the parting. Place the tail of the comb under the foil to reinforce its position close to the scalp. Then use the comb to crease and fold each side toward the center. Release the next diagonal parting, repeat the same weaving technique, and apply the darker color from base to ends. Use a different color foil to identify the darker color. Place the tail of the comb under the foil to reinforce its position close to the scalp. Then use the comb to crease and fold each side toward the center. Work toward the top, alternating highlights and lowlights. As partings become too wide, subsection and apply 2 foils to allow more control and proper color development. Note that you may need to subsection more than once in the widest area. Weave, foil, and apply color onto one section and then the other. Foil both sections evenly to avoid overlapping. Note that foils should be placed next to each other. Reinforce the foil to prevent product seepage. Then use the comb to crease and fold each side toward the center. Work upward using the same weaving and foiling techniques while alternating highlights and lowlights. As you reach the top, continue to alternate the color products and use the same weaving and foiling techniques to complete the section. Next, move to the left side of the nape and use the same techniques. Apply lightener to the first parting to match the color sequence on the right side. As you work up this section, Maintain consistent diagonal back partings and subsection to encompass the wider areas. Move to one side and release a diagonal back parting at the bottom of the section. Weave the top strands to be consistent with the woven strands in the back sections. Position the foil and apply lightener. Then fold the foil using the same technique used in the back. As you work upward, alternating the lightener and darker color, subsection at the widest area. As you work toward the top, adapt the angle of the partings to become less diagonal. Note that the last part and weave are parallel to the top sectioning line. Move to the other side and repeat the same weaving and foiling techniques using the same partings. Again, apply the lightener to the first parting, then alternate as you work toward the top. Next, move to the center panel. Release a horizontal parting at the front hairline. Use the tail of the comb to weave the top strands, creating a medium weave. Lightener will be applied to the first parting in this section also. Apply lightener from the edge of the foil to the ends. Fold the foil using the same technique used at the back and sides. Repeat the same weaving and foiling techniques in the next parting. Apply the darker color and use the darker foil. Continue to alternate between lightener and the darker color as you work toward the back of the section. As you work toward the back of the section, maintain even partings and use consistent medium weaves. The completed application shows an alternation of light and dark foils from horizontal and diagonal back partings. Allow the lightener and color to develop according to the manufacturer's instructions. Rinse thoroughly, shampoo, then dry the hair. Do not condition the hair at this point. Apply the toner to the entire head from base to ends. Process according to the manufacturer's instructions. Then rinse, shampoo, condition, and finish as desired. The finish shows a multidimensional color effect that enhances the texture of the form.